Hello, welcome back. Here we are again, another great day together, enjoying the vibes, getting ready to feel the flow, opening our mind's eye. Maybe we call it our third eye, our intention, our energy, all the things that we have a conscious decision to link up to. So, we're going to do a little Max Vibe session to help align ourselves and get ready to connect and play with some friends. And in the meantime, it feels like we want to just kind of clear the air in the room. Any room, space, vehicle, wherever you are, let's just take a second with the visualization, move it on past. Yesterday we talked about, and I feel this is so poignant, that moving energy is as easy as tracing a line on paper. And so I want you to feel the power of being able to just clear the room. Sometimes I've called that clean slate. We're just toning and intending that right now. Little clockwise energy coming up as we just sort of exhale. I see the spiral going all the way down into the earth on this release. It's like energy going down a drain. So we're just dropping that down and away, making room for what's to come. Swirling spiral frequencies. Sense it, feel it, move your hands with me if it feels right. Being led into the earth again. This time we're going to grab a layer of vibrational earth energy. There's a magnetic field energy that's coming in with it. So we're just going to grab that up, and it's like we're going to put it on top of our head with a halo format. A little magnetic frequency here. And then that spirals up and off, feels like it goes up into, shall I say, galaxies. That's the best word I can catch on that. And then I'm going to just offer myself and you kind of a solid place, a foundation, a platform to land on. Kind of floats up and away there. Takes me to the feeling and the tone of the 7 vibe guides that we work on, that are best described in story and rainbow order. Story, who, what, when, where, why, how, and because you vibe so. Also linking to red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And I brought those pieces together for ease in your memory and ease in your flow. They're easily found on the website under 7 vibe guides and practices. But I get the feeling we're going to work through those a little bit together today, just to grab and clarify, recommit, reconnect to our foundational energy. So let's start with this clean slate energy with red. It's like you can see it all the way in front of you, as far as the eye can see, or at minimum, if you feel the most power in your own energy field, which is kind of like that 360 bubble all the way around you. Paint the inside of the bubble red. Really feel it. I'm getting led to go further than that, so I'm extending it way out. Where I live, kind of on the base of the Black Hills, I saw it going all the way out, what I would consider prairie, way past the Badlands, so hour and a half out, way out there. Painting that energy field, that tone, that space, just in your eye, red. Let's bring in the soothing elements of red. Who am I? South Dakota Mary. I'm a reader. I'm a snorkeler. I'm a walker. I'm a friend. I'm a freedom lover. I'm a viber. I'm a human. Basic essence tones of red. Again, this is my game I made to soothe me, and I just want to share it with you, hoping it soothes you. So let's go one step more. I'm going to pull the red through my forehead, i.e. third eye energy. I'm going to feel it slide all the way down my body. Goes down and out my feet on the exhale. Let's do a couple. It scoops up and links into a recycle that hooks onto the backside of my body. So I'm just going to give that permission. This is a good one. for the red to kind of continuously flow all day. Who am I? Ask yourself that question. Give yourself permission to feel some adjectives. I'm just going to pause for a second. I want you to answer that in your mind's eye. Who am I? Oh, I don't think you heard that, but I did. My dog grunted in the other word, and when I translated that vibration, she said love. So sometimes we can just boil it down to an essence, which links me right into the next category of orange. What am I? Spirit, consciousness, non-physical, free-flowing energy. And clearly, any category can merge with another. They're not separate. These are just distinctions I made to help myself on my own platform and hopefully help you. So let's take that orange. It feels like it's in a prism kind of a feeling between my hands. Not prison, prism. Mine feels like a pyramid. Pick whatever feels good to you. And as it's sensing, kind of getting more dense, getting smaller, I'm going to take it and I'm going to breathe it almost like I'm breathing something aromatherapy-ish. Pull that orange in, and it starts to kind of move in my system. I can feel it. I just saw a double helix, and a sparkle linking to DNA here, which gets very fun and interesting when we acknowledge that we are spirit and human blended. That's really key in having a concept and a foundation, I've found. It's easy to see and think your red energy, your who, because of your physicalness. But when we start allowing ourselves to dance into the what, our gears can get easily flipped based on, previous belief systems, thought patterns, what we've learned about spirituality. But I want to offer you the possibility of a clean slate here, of just the essence of you, that part of you that when you really get quiet, you can sense it. It's like you step back a little bit and it's there. That's our orange. That's our what. We're just resonating with it a second. I saw really strong, almost like bars in orange right next to me on either side. There's a playfulness there. I just got led to the parallel bars in gymnastics, which I always did uneven parallel bars in competition, but we trained on them and played with them a little bit. And it's just holding this feeling, which is a sense and a tone of holding or being held by consciousness, however you want to play with it. And that vibe merges right off into the earth. And I got the sunshine burst of yellow. That is the when. Bring it into our now. Sunshine is so easy to visualize in the yellow fields, and it just links up clearly with our intentional focus of now. Spreading out a little room for myself to kind of say, hey, this is the time, space, reality focus I want to be in. So I'm truly surrendering to it. Man, a ton of stuff just went off in my past, and even some future frequencies I've been playing with all morning. Let's take it in. Shoot it forward. I see it almost like a tweezers that's put together, and then it opens and makes a pathway for that nowness. Oh, geez, this is strong. It's like the opposite of a trash compactor. It's scooting everything away off to the sides. There we go. Making a really nice platform for now energy, which it's easiest to play with this with breath. So let's do inhales in the head with yellow, and we're going to just bring them up and out the top of the head smoothly. Feel a couple. Switching to chest in, head out. That one merged so good. We just took ourselves to green. Saw a blade of grass green color, so a really nice essence there. And if you're tracking me on our who, what, when, where, this is our green. It's everywhere. This is expansion. This is your eternal nature. It's abundance. It's flow. And it's really getting, geez, I just saw spirals. I wanted to say calico, but that's not the word. Paisleys, really intricate, almost lace kind of energies coming in around this expansion tone. 3D models coming into my mind. Things are shooting off and projecting in a lot of different directions here. So give yourself a chance to feel that color tone with me here a little bit. Green. And there's a ball of energy that I find, and it's rotating in two directions at once. So almost like if you had a yo-yo in your hand and you could spin it, there might be a better thing. It almost feels like a Rubik's Cube, kind of, where you can go with it. But the two sides are green and they're just rolling back and forth. And there's an acknowledgement here. If you can give yourself a chance to play with it. Links into what we talked about yesterday regarding change, that everything is moving and vibrating, and that constant style, the tone, is ours to revel in and observe. It feels like creation energy, so we're just holding it a little bit, allowing it. Oh, there's a trackability. Oh, and as a side note, in this level of expansion, just got invited to lunch by one of my non-physical friends. Hello, Ben. So I have a feeling we'll be having a conversation later, which, yeah, he comes up sometimes when Mary needs a little pep talk from non-physical on certain layers. So here he comes. Some people call this kind of the everywhere, which links into the yellow, the every when. So I'll just take a little bit of that from Ben and all the non-physicals in our life. Maybe a little orange tone in that. Processing that, holding space for self and others. And off like a flash, we're into blue. The waveform comes in, the beautiful, almost see it, geez, the color of my shirt, the teal energy, really gorgeous blue bounces in. And then we start getting into the why, guys. I can feel it coming all around the front of me. Take a second to feel the waves of blue. The why are we here? Joy, fun, surprise and delight, treasuring feelings. It's an ocean of energy coming in here. I'm going to even scoot back in my chair for a second and just get into a moment of receive mode on the why. Why are we here? Breathe into that a little. Some blue chest. Curly, arcing waveform energy. And there's even a raindrop frequency that comes in, so I'm going to allow that for a second. Beautiful. Remember when we draw raindrops as a kid and they were that blue? Draw the little curl on them. That's the sense I feel. Reveling in the blue. Dropping it into the ground. Grabbing a really easy breath here. The pigment. Have you ever seen pigment like looks powdery? Maybe it's that they're going to make paint out of or something. That feeling, that pigment of blue is coming in. I'm just feeling it, just sensing it, being kind of toned enough to let blue be my friend. That's going to be my color of the day. I just decided my why energy, my fun energy needs to come out a little bit more. That's where I was getting those impulses. Follow me there if that feels like a match. And we're going to let that blend, and oof, there it poofs. It turns right into our indigo. Big stuff, guys. Indigo is the 6th color, which links to our how. Who, what, when, where, why, how. Boy, it comes in for a big hug. Hugging you is hugging me, is hugging everything. Oneness is our beautiful place to hang with when we start asking how. Because we're all one, because everything's all one, because there's one line of energy. You call it source energy, call it divine energy, you call it God, call it you, whatever you like. Let and link up with oneness. Feel the simplicity of it, the cleanness, the clarity. Oh, it takes me to such a good place. I just saw this impulse way out here, like a circular spherical impulse in indigo, and I'm just going to let that do its work, and then it actually wants to sit in my pineal gland. I'm just going to let it. Hooks to everybody, everything. Feel yourself even plant into the earth there. When we think of oneness, we need to always, we don't need to, I choose to acknowledge earth energy in this, because isn't it so easy to see the earth and just oneness there? Such a good anchor for this tone. Just saw broccoli or tree energy linking to this. How it's easy to see the stem of the broccoli or the trunk of the tree, and then all of the elements branching from it. That is what tone we're anchoring with oneness. The very core, the very beginning of these pieces. Okay, letting that slide down. Violet, beautiful violet comes in, number 7. The because we vibe so, the practice for this is mood focus. And my chosen word for 2020, as we were reintroduced to it through some Oprah energy last weekend, is allowing. So my mood, just like a roller coaster, is allowed to do what it needs, but those peaks and valleys are lessened when I say, I allow. And I bring that color in. It's one of the best tones, and I see it in my now when my eyes are closed. A violet, a presence, a steady presence of ownership of your vibration. And that's why, one of the reasons we daily vibe practice, to have enough conscious connection to care, to quote Abraham Hicks, about how we feel, so that we have a vote in that tone, thereby accepting the role of law of attraction in our lives as our friend and mentor to help us vibe those things that feel good to us. This is a personal decision. You are certainly allowed to have any growly mood you want. But as I sit here with you, I feel so happy that that's the one I want to vibrate to you. Feel it, grab it, sense it. And as I see kind of violet sparkles going everywhere, we're just going to let that essence, that energy float and fall, almost like a really light snowflake everywhere in our body, mind, energy, room. And along comes the prism that shows me that 7-color rainbow energy, and it's like we get a nod from universe in completion of working through the energy in that spectrum for fun, for joy. Oh, it just switched. There it goes. And then it starts to do kind of a cyclic nature that actually doesn't even go, it's going into like gyroscopic formations, which to me is just symbolic of all-encompassing energy. So we're just going to let that be our friend today. Maybe use rainbow as a strawberry for you. And we'll tone with that, close the door there, and big namaste to you and non-physical for helping lead this awesome focus today in a Max Vibe session.